Let's make a drink, shall we? So I've had this bottle of Cafe Patron for probably, I don't even know, 2-3 years. I got it as a birthday gift. I guess there's like a quarter left. I need to do something with this. So I figured let's make a cocktail with some Cafe Patron. I love coffee, I love cocktails. It just kind of makes perfect sense. Basically like a spiked cold coffee type of cocktail-ish idea that I came up with that I've been kind of wanting to make for a couple weeks. I've been tweaking the recipe in my phone. This would be essentially what I came up with. Oh yeah, the other thing is coconut. Coconut, for whatever reason, goes well with coffee, I think. So it's basically a coconut coffee something or another. Don't have a name for it. 2 ounces of bourbon, or we can use Elijah Craig. 1.5 ounces of espresso. We'll get to that part in a second. 1/2 ounce of heavy cream, 1/2 ounce whole milk, 1/2 ounce Cafe Patron, 1/2 ounce of homemade coconut syrup, 1 egg white, 2 dashes of chocolate bitters, and 1 dash of orange bitters. I don't know. It may be good. It may be horrible. There's only one way to find out, though. In my mind, it sounds like it's gonna be good. It just may be, it may come down to the ratios, may not make sense, but let's start making it. So I don't have an espresso maker, but I do have the next best thing, which is the AeroPress. You're not gonna get like the full-on crema that you would get with a real espresso maker, but the AeroPress I use on a daily basis. I adore this coffee maker. To me, there's just something about it. It's kind of the perfect combination of a French press and pour over coffee. The coffee that this brews is right in between. It has all that vibrancy, that full-on depth of flavor, minus any of the grit, the sludge, the ground coffee that you would get with a French press. And just the cleanness that you would get with a pour over coffee, that clean cup. If you pair the AeroPress with the little attachment from Fellow Products, they make all types of coffee products, but yeah, they make this little attachment for the AeroPress. It does come with this metal filter. So what I like to do is I take the metal filter that comes with the Prismo attachment, I throw it in there. I take one of the standard AeroPress filters, paper filters, I put it right there on top, and I attach it to my AeroPress, whether I want to make a little, faux shot of espresso, or I want to just brew a regular cup of coffee. This is my go-to setup right here. I just love everything about it. It really never fails me. Once you figure out the right coffee to water ratio that you like, produces a fantastic cup of coffee or a little espresso. 200 degrees water. I have right around 20 grams of ground coffee, espresso ground coffee here. So the first thing we're gonna do is brew this shot. I'm just gonna call it a shot, even though it's not really a shot of espresso. It's the closest thing. So I got my little scale here. So like I said, 20 grams of coffee to 45 grams of water. That'll give me right around 1.5 ounces of coffee, espresso goodness, whatever you want to call it. And I'm probably just gonna do, I think 30 seconds of actual brew time, and then we're gonna plunge it. Have a little sip as we make this. All right, 200 degrees, start the timer, 30 seconds. $45 grams of water, give it a nice little swirl. 15 seconds. $30 seconds, I'm gonna start the plunge. And so you can see it looks like it produced a crema, and I guess it technically did, but that's gonna dissipate within seconds. So there we go. This is gonna be a shake and drink. So I'm just gonna leave this in here. Let's go 2 ounces of this Elijah Craig bourbon. All right, so for the milk kind of cream component, I figured I was originally gonna go with 3/4 ounce of heavy cream. I felt like it may be too much. I want it to be like too heavy. So instead of going a 3/4 ounce, we're gonna do 1/2 ounce of this heavy cream and then 1/2 ounce of whole milk. ounce. For me, this stuff is just so incredibly sweet that it's not something I'm gonna drink that often. Like, I'm not gonna drink it by itself. The only time I would really use it is in a cocktail, but I think it's gonna play well. Half ounce and a generous spill on the side, right? So this coconut syrup is actually, all I did was just the regular way that you would go about making simple syrup. I just added some coconut flakes during the simmering process where you simmer the water and the sugar. And just added some coconut flakes, and it added a nice little coconut aroma, flavor. It's subtle. It actually, I think this would work really well in a bunch of different drinks. Just a little coconut with the coffee. Why not? 1/4 ounce. One egg white, which I happen to have prepared today. Bam, look at that. And the last 2 ingredients, 2 dashes of this chocolate bitters, 2 dashes of that, and then a dash of orange bitters. Angostura. Oh, it smells, I haven't even mixed it yet. It smells lovely. The egg white was kind of an interesting choice. I don't know how that's gonna play out. It was just kind of a spur of the moment, like, egg white, let's give it a shot. So if anything, it'll just add some extra texture. I don't think it's gonna hurt. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shake this dry, as in without ice. Then we're gonna add the ice just so we can, you know, achieve a nice frothy head with that egg white. If I shake it with ice first, it may end up over diluting the drink. I don't want the drink to be like watery. I just want to chill it nice and still get that frothy head. So shake it first without the ice, then add the ice, shake it a second time. Wow, that just smells fucking, magical. I'm using some African Ethiopian coffee for the espresso. All right, so we added our ice. Let's give it another shake. Couple coffee beans, why not? Lay those over the top, bam. And a dehydrated, just to be extra, a dehydrated vanilla bean, half of it. Yeah, the egg white did not really do what I wanted. It was completely unnecessary. There's not really a head of foam on there from the egg white as hoped. The real question is, how does it taste? Smell-wise, it just smells fucking really complex. It just smells like a really interesting pastry. Beautifully sweetened, not too sweet. That Cafe Patron, if you go overboard, ends up ruining a cocktail because it's so sweet on its own. You gotta use it sparingly. That half ounce, perfect. I think the half ounce of whole milk to half ounce of heavy cream was actually a great idea because it's not too heavy. It's obviously extremely coffee flavored. Like if you like coffee, you would love this. If you like coffee with milk and cream, you would love this. Leaves that creamy coating on your mouth because of the heavy cream. Yeah, it has like layers and layers. A dash of orange bitters does something interesting. Just one dash is just enough to like, it spruces it up in some way. It's a really like abstract drink. It like almost, it has fruity qualities, but it's really desserty and creamy and rich. And it's just a coffee bomb of flavor, like coffee in your face in a really awesome way. The egg white, I don't think it's necessary. That's the only thing I would scrap, but I actually wouldn't mess with the ratios at all. Oh, and then the coconut syrup, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, it's like all these ingredients kind of working in tandem. So I guess you could say like the coconut syrup got lost, but at the same time, like everything's adding to this profile, to the flavor profile, to what I'm tasting, where it's almost like I'm tasting something new. Like this doesn't really taste like any one thing in particular, because I've basically created like a new concoction of like coconut and coffee and creaminess and you know, chocolatiness and all at the same time. So it's like something new and unique. I would definitely make this again. Maybe it could do with a little bump in sweetness. Like I like the sweetness just where it is, but what I could do is maybe bump up the coconut syrup just a little bit to 3/4 ounce, get a little bit more coconut flavor, and just ramp up the sweetness just a touch. But I really like this. Like if I had to score this, it's very interesting. There's just a lot going on, and it's just, like I said, very unique kind of taste. I don't know, like an 8.2. It's a good drink. I like it. I dig it. Oh, this smells so good. For now, we'll call it the coconut coffee cocktail, the CCC, and you should absolutely make one. If you enjoyed the video, I hope you'll subscribe, throw a little like my way, the little like button right there. Just give a little tap, a little, you know. If you got to this point in the video, I fucking love you. You look amazing today. You look gorgeous. You look beautiful. And by all means, drop a comment in the comments below. What should I make next? What other cocktails should I try? Should I film and make on video? Cheers.